Lynn, get out of here.
No, I should put myself in the waiting room and it can be introduced by the best Watson in mountain boarding.
Can do.
Yeah, yeah, you're dreaming, Sarah, whatever.
Why you take jumper as well?
Yeah. Well, we might as well cut round to it and I'll use that in the intro. Welcome to the dirt. I'm Dan Watson, the best Watson in mountain boarding, despite what every single other mountain boarder in the community says. Oh, and who are you before Lisa logs in?
Let's get her in, man. Come on.
Get her in. We already know it, this muggle is. Let's bring them all back in then. Admit. So this episode, whatever number it is all about girls camp. Girl camp, not girls camp, girl camp, which was a fantastic weekender that coincided with Bugs Boarding's 20th anniversary. I can see everybody's back in here now, with the exception of Nat, and we've told her to stay still and not do anything, and I bet she has. And now I can't hear or see her.
Oh no!
Oh.
Can you hear us, Nat? There we go. She's back. Yes, as we were saying, Girl Camp a couple of weeks ago now. Unfortunately, I wish it was another one coming up this weekend. It'd be fantastic, but we'll get on to that sort of thing in a minute. Bugs Boarding 20th anniversary. Nina, thank you for joining us here.
It's my
really
pleasure, guys. Thank you for having Bugs Boarding involved. We're very excited.
So, yeah, basically, although the 20th anniversary celebrations happened at the same weekend, we'll cover those in a little bit later on. But the main reason we're all here tonight is to talk a little bit about Girl Camp, which, as I understand it, was an idea that was thrown about a little bit with Nina and Lisa and Jonesy there to get a bit of involvement and a bit of youth of the female variety into the sport. And well, it definitely worked because my daughter came along and I didn't have to drag her there.
Yeah, no, it was fabulous. Lisa, we've been asking Lisa perhaps last year, I don't know if you remember, Matt Bryn did some progression training with some of our youngsters before the British Championship last year. And we tried to beg Lisa maybe she'd be interested in doing a day's training with our girls, because we have so many girls now have turned up for club and membership at Bugs Boarding, and they're all doing really well. And Lisa very kindly said that she would love to do something for us, but she was injured at the time, I think, with a bad elbow. So a bit later on, she came back, and I don't know, did you come down for the comp and then offer again, Lisa? I can't remember.
Yeah, I came down to the comp with the intention of just kind of spectating, and I think you threw it out there that yeah, would I like to run a girls' camp towards the end of the season? I was like, hell yeah, that sounds like a wicked idea, because I'm getting too old for continuing to go upside down. So we need a new generation to continue that trend and improve it even further.
You've got plenty more years in you yet, Lisa. Oh, don't be saying that.
I don't bounce like I used to, though. This is the thing.
On the training day, I think you banged out a few backflips. I'm sure they were spotted.
I may have done. I thought I kind of might have had to.
So you've still got it in you, yeah. So yeah, no, I was really excited. Lisa was really keen and supportive, and then out of the blue, I had a little message to say that her and Jonesy had put, and Sarah, I think, was already a little bit involved then as well. And I don't know when Nat got invited into the
so I
the gang, but
basically said that I was teaching.
Ah, right, okay. And that was issued her orders.
When I said I'd like to bring Katana, my granddaughter, along because she's 6, and I thought it'd be fun for her. And Lisa said, "Yeah, that'd be great because you'll be doing some teaching." Okay.
Oh well, that's it. So that's how it all, the idea all started, and then the girls kindly put it together.
Yeah, you did an amazing job.
It was a fantastic weekend there. That day, like I say, I managed to drag my daughter up, and we came up from Cornwall. I picked her up early from school and dragged her away, and she told all her mates she was going, and she loves coming to Bugs now. It's just an absolute joy for her to sort of run free in a field and get up to whatever's 6-7-year-olds get up to when out in nature and not in front of a tablet, but to go there to specifically learn mountainboarding with other girls was just an absolute joy, because I tried to take her along, and she had a lesson there when we went, but there's nothing like learning from people who have an understanding what it feels like to be a woman, essentially. Whilst there are many similarities between the way that not want to go down this rabbit hole too far as such, but the way that the masculine mind looks at things and that, the masculine mind looks at peer pressure and stuff like that. I mean, me and Slogs have had a saying for donkey's years of, for a happy and fulfilling life, always give in to peer pressure. And I don't think that necessarily, whilst, don't get me wrong, mountainboarding females are rad as hell and are just as crazy as us guys, but there's some things that women just look at a little bit differently, and people identify with that, other girls or whatever identify with that, and it gave my daughter a chance to have realistic role models, as opposed to just a dad showing the latest stuff on Instagram or what have you. So absolute hats off, praise to you all, ladies, for putting that on. It really was fantastic.
Oh well, it wasn't much to do with me, I have to say. It was the others that put it all together, but I agree, they did a fantastic job, and it was so exciting to see little riders like we had a 5-year-old, Bieran's daughter, little Gwen, just absolutely banging it out of the park, all the way up to the older girls.
I can't wait to see Gwen riding in 5 or 6 years' time.
Yeah. Oh my God. She's going to be mental.
Yeah.
That's it. And then we've got the next older ones out, which I think is Bella. And how old is your daughter? Oh, and Suki, yes, of course.
Suki, so she is 7.
7, yeah.
I had to think about that.
7.
Yeah, she's 7.
And of course, Bella's idol is Lisa. So for her to be riding with Lisa and getting involved with that, it just absolutely blows her mind. And we've got Mark's daughter Kira, who's only a year older than that as well.
Been on the gymnastics run tonight with her, have you, Sarah?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, it was close getting her back. I'll have to give her like a second tea afterwards. She does an hour and a half of gymnastics on a Monday night, which she's smashing as well. But I mean, even this weekend just gone, Bella and Kira have been at Bugs both days, back on mini border cross, back trying to conquer what they started at girls camp. And I was, because they were up there together as well, and we were sort of carrying on that girls camp, and Summer came up as well. So I was getting them to ride and switch down the hill as much as they could on both days, just to get them used to it and expand it, and even getting Summer to try and do a 180s as well. So even though you haven't got that full girl camp there, like what that started is now seeing it through, in all these other sessions when we're in the same place. And it's been really great. It's been a really good weekend seeing them.
I won't tell Suki, she'll be mad jealous.
Yeah, no, I know.
She's done nothing.
Bring her again.
Well, this is it, but she's done nothing but talk about Kira since she got back.
Really?
Yeah.
Bless her.
She's don't tell Tabitha, Slogs, but I think she's got a new favourite at the minute.
It's just unfortunate Tabitha wasn't up there because she likes the Mountainboard. She didn't get down the hill as well. She would have really enjoyed it, but it wasn't my weekend with her, so I've not even told her about it because she'll be gutted.
Oh.
So
well, I'll tell her not to worry because I'm hoping in April. I think we've already had a little chat about the beginning of next season, and hopefully we're going to run exactly the same type of Girls' Day for the Girls' Camp Day for the opening of Bugs Boarding next season. Really? So make sure Tabitha has that right weekend.
Yeah,
we'll ask you first before we book in the first opening day.
That sounds good to me. I might even let her take half day off school like Dan did with Suki.
Yeah.
Did you have to write a letter, Dan?
No, because I just said I need to come and pick her up early. I didn't even give an excuse. I just told them I need to come and pick my daughter up at lunchtime.
Told them.
Yeah, and they went, okay. What time? And that's it.
Rad Dad. Put her out of school for a proper reason.
Well, that's it. But then she went, okay. So, I mean, she was so stoked by the weekend. Especially, we didn't get to hang around for prize giving. But she obviously came in joint third, I think it was. You guys rallied round and grabbed a t-shirt prize and stuff like that and some sweets and bits before we left. My God, the way home, she plays on Roblox on her tablet. Even then she's like trying to search through costumes for her character on there. Daddy, do they do Mountainboard costumes for my character? I'm like, probably not. It's a little bit niche for you, but but like it was just incredible. Proper lit a fire there, and yeah, as you did have done in so many other girls there, and not even age specific. There's a lady who's started following us online, English Rose. I don't know who that actually is.
That was one of my friends that came along to the girls' camp, and she'd never tried it, but she came along
quite a lot. And we had one lady that's going off horse boarding, I think, wasn't it? I don't know. She came to do some training with us because she wants to take Mountainboard horse boarding up quite seriously.
Wow.
Awesome. I've always wanted to have a go at that. It looks so much fun, just getting towed behind this galloping horse as fast as you can. It's like wakeboarding but behind a horse.
Yeah. Maybe she'll invite you up, Lise. We'll let her know that we're having another camp in April, and maybe she will have started by then. She's got the horses, I think.
So even Beamish will hook her up, I'm sure, with any contacts. Or yourself as well, Lisa. I mean, congratulations, Aidan. I think he's just won the championship as well. Championship. So hats off to you. And the horse and the rider.
Three of them, though, aren't you? The horse, the boarder, and the rider.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Bollocks for that. Horses have got brains.
I'm reached out to the Horse Forcing Association to see if anyone in Scotland did it. I'd love to have a go. I just need to find someone with a horse. We don't need brains for it. We don't need any brains.
Well, you've got a dog for it, clearly.
I was going to say, your dog's big enough.
It's dog boarding.
Yeah. Pete used to do that with both his dogs, didn't he? Pete
take
them.
I take him out with the electric board.
See, I've just realised.
Take him out with the electric board. What, your dog?
Yeah, he loves it. He loves chasing the electric board around the trails and stuff. It's not quite as brave as what Pete was doing, which was walking to the top of the hills and then absolutely bombing it down with two dogs chasing after him. I think the electric gives you a bit more control.
I've just had a thought for the viewers and listeners here. we've done a real disservice, and I haven't even introduced you ladies here. We've just kind of launched into this, haven't we? So before we go too much further, we should actually give a little bit of a shout out. I got all carried away. It's so exciting, this topic, to be honest with you. But as we're here now, I will do the honor there of running through the people who have joined us before here quickly first, which is the wonderful, most popular Watson in Mountainboarding, Sarah Watson there. We have fantastic Nina, owner and operator of Bugs Boarding for 20 plus years now. Woo! And the wonderful Lucy there as well, who's come to join us this evening. Thank you for your time there. A regular on the hill at Bugs. You'll see her instructing lessons or on the front desk selling pick-held eggs with the wonderful Dorota. And the fantastic Jonesy there as well, joining us. And I wouldn't say new face to the Bugs Boarding scene, but changed the tenancy agreement as such to just a visiting passerby to a little bit more of a permanent fixture there. Congratulations.
Can't get rid of me now.
The fantastic as ever Lisa McLaren, current ladies UK champ and multiple UK champ, was itching for her to be at the world champs this year, because I would have sensed domination going on. And lastly but not least, someone who I've secretly wanted to have on here for quite some time, to be honest with you, Nat, and that's the fantastic Nat Reynolds, who if you're not familiar with, dates back quite a few years now, but I knew Nat when she was a lot younger, didn't have grandchildren and stuff like that, when she was a UK champ as well. I think probably around 2003, 2004, that sort of time. 2004,
yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, with the unstoppable Ride the Hill team of that season, we smashed it out the park there. But Nat has always had a smile on her face and always been pushing herself and the ladies category. We've seen Nat has passed a couple of competitions over the last few years, which has been fantastic to see. But, well, you was helping out on the girls' camp, Nat. It like proper in there with your granddaughter, but not just that. You know, you're a real deal part of the girls' camp. It was amazing.
Well, I really loved it. I really loved it, and I really loved being able to take my granddaughter there and introduce her to it. And I asked her if she'd like to go after showing her some pictures of the UK Championships, which was held earlier in the year. And she took one look at the little girls there and went, yeah, I want to go. And she really loved it. And she loved meeting Gwen and Suki. And she kept coming over to me going, that man over there knows my daddy. And so so pleased to meet people who knew me and knew her dad, you know. So that was really fab for her. Yeah.
Her dad being Dylan Reynolds, who would have, you know, as I described to Katana, was probably about her size, which obviously isn't true. Dylan, you were a little bit bigger than that. It'd be another one like Seb, who's just grown up to be about 10 foot taller than me and just roar it down.
Yeah, Dylan was under 14s world champion in 2004.
Hey, there's an accolade.
Yeah, he was a very skilled boarder, Dylan was. It's a shame he doesn't do any anymore.
I reckon with the right peer pressure, as we talk about, anything's possible. And if that comes from how old's Katana? 5, 6?
Six.
If that comes from a 6-year-old daughter to get back
I like
it. How can you say no to the eyes when they come out?
True, yeah.
I give it next championship. Here's my prediction. Mystic Mountain says it again. Dylan will be at next year's championship.
Mystic Mountain.
We'll see.
But I hope that this has sparked a little bit of a desire maybe to have a carve down the hill with all of us again in the future. And that for yourself, do you think?
Well, funny you should say that, because I did actually end up buying a board off of Lisa while I was there.
Well done.
I add, it's the board that I learned to backflip on, so no pressure now.
I'll no longer be the oldest lady on the hill.
My backflipping days are probably over.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I remember you trying front flips back in the day, Nat.
I did, yeah. That was it in Scotland.
Yeah,
2004. That was, yeah, trying to front flip. I never loved doing backflips because I was always really worried that I was going to hit my head on the board. So I went front because that way I was just sort of throwing myself forward, and at least I wouldn't hit my head on the back of the ramp, you know.
I think we need to reintroduce the mass descent down the grass slopes at Bucks next year's UK Championship. And I'm not talking about just one like a train. Everybody does a freestyle. I'm talking about a full on. Everybody just line up and drop at the same point. Absolute carnage of carving all the way down. Just as a little evening ender, maybe on the Saturday evening after racing said and done.
Yeah, we'll get the balloons out, so you've got to dodge the balloons all the way down like we did the other weekend.
Yeah.
Right, so one of you lot, because I was there, but I was down the bottom of the hill for most of it, watching the electrics. Run us through the day, the itinerary.
Well, we did a little bit for everybody, really. We on the Saturday we had, oh dear, here we go. We had some scootering competitions. We had some jib section in the morning, and then we had jib section for mountainboarding. Meanwhile, all the electric, like you say, was going on with the ECUs. And the mountain bikers were out on the mountain board run doing the big kicker doing mulch competition for various styles and things. And then we had scooter racing. We had border cross in the afternoon. On the Sunday, I think we had slalom first, but some of the big boys turned it into different things and then wandered off, because I think the kids really showed them up on the slalom, the balloon slalom. They were all so much better than the big boys at it. So we ended, yeah, but I think we need to perfect the balloon slalom. It was a good idea, but we didn't quite have it planned as correctly as we could have. But it was definitely a lot of fun. So we need to perfect that a little bit. We were going to have a sledge race, but I don't know what happened to that.
I definitely want to do a sledge race. I mean, I missed the balloon slalom too, so I'm definitely intrigued by balloon slalom. I need to see a video. I haven't seen anything yet. It sounds entertaining.
It was quite entertaining. I'm not sure how many videos we're taking. I still haven't managed to gather them all together yet, but we'll start putting them out as soon as we get time. I unfortunately haven't been very well this week, so it's all been put to one side a bit, but we will get on top of it and get you some good pictures of the fun and mad activities that went on. But we tried to include everybody. I was amazed with the amount of one-wheelers that turned up, and we had some famous riders in that world that came from
come from the Ukraine, did he?
We had one guy came over from Poland, yes, a Czech guy who's a really good rider. And I've forgotten everybody's name. I'll remember in a minute.
It doesn't matter. They're not on mountain boards. We don't have to be 100% on non-mountain boarders.
No, but I'm obviously going to improve with everyone's name in the EUC world. But you do have to forgive me a little bit because I'm already a little senile. So, but I promise next time I'm coming on the podcast, I will bring my list. But yeah, no, Adam was one good rider, and Mr. Wrongway, that's his name. He came over. We had a bit of sponsorship from a big shop in London. Sent down a load of promotion stuff and some great prizes for those guys. So I'm hoping that they'll all be back next spring as well, and we can have some more fun with them.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, we started nice and early on the Sunday, didn't we? It was 10 o'clock kickoff for girls' camp, and that was when Jonesy and Lisa arrived with their bags of t-shirts, which I wasn't expecting whatsoever. They were amazing.
Which that t-shirt design, by the way, is all on Jonesy. Freaking awesome.
Awesome.
Amazing. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
But that logo and was real fresh looking. It was nice to work with on the socials. Always looked impressive.
I just felt like with that though, I mean, like, it was one of those, it was like, we're doing something for the girls and it's a rarity. Let's actually just put some proper effort into it and get them loving, because if you love the graphics to something, don't you involve yourself with it a little bit more? And I was like, well, if they have a banging t-shirt or like logos and all of that associated, they might just be drawn to it because it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Like, tempt them in a bit more and do it for the birds, innit?
Yeah, it makes you feel part of a gang, part of a group.
Yeah, but it well was, like everyone that turned up, do you want a t-shirt? Yes, I want a t-shirt. Yeah.
I think there were a few requests for t-shirts as well from those when we ran out of t-shirts. So I can't remember who asked for a t-shirt, I'm sure.
Yeah, we had the
I
same.
asked for one. My daughter got one. There's one in the house. I suppose it'll do. I should have had it up there for this evening, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
What opportunity missed. Or I could have been
always
wearing...
do a rerun, a reprint, just get the screen printing that going again. Might do that.
It was when we were putting them on all the kids like Suki and Gwen, and it's like, has anyone got a hair tie? We need to tie these t-shirts at the side.
Didn't realise how small children are. Like, extra small for next time.
It was
they all managed and they all looked great. They loved it.
Oh, it really did. They really did.
Oh, it's brilliant. But after the t-shirts, then kicked off the warm-up, and I could that warm-up was like nothing I've ever done before in my entire life.
Flush the toilet.
Yeah. The soundtrack we had to it, and then just all the warm-up moves were absolutely brilliant. I think we had like about, I don't know, half an hour dance and games before we even got on the boards, didn't we?
Yeah, that was fantastic. It was really good fun.
Yeah.
It really worked though, because some of the girls involved were a little bit timid when they first got there, and like I think it was like even Bella as well. The moment we started like having a bit of a dance and stuff, she was like, "Oh no," a bit shy, and it's like, "No, come on, get involved." And it was like teaching them to not be, because a lot of women, like you're a bit worried, especially when you're younger, about your appearance amongst other people, and if they see all of these bigger girls, calling myself a girl here, these bigger girls just like not caring, maybe it'll instill in them that they don't have to care so much about what's going on. And you saw them just like, it just broke the ice and that was it. They were in. It was great.
Yeah, massive icebreaker.
Yeah, it was really good.
And you saw the effects of that throughout the day. We'd all get to a certain section and Lisa would be like, right, who's scared? And everybody's hands would go up. From from little Gwen. I mean, not that she was scared of much, but from the littler ones to like the rest of her, like me and Josie, like, yeah, we're scared too. Like, and yeah, it just put us all on a level playing field, didn't it? Really, like, yeah, it was really, really good.
Everybody riding together as well. Kind of anyone that was scared, it's kind of right. How do we tackle this? How are we going to overcome it? What tips did everyone share with each other to try and help basically achieve what they wanted to achieve by making small little incremental steps towards it?
Yeah, and I think quite a lot of them that day. I mean, I know that Suki had some wobbles. I know that Kira and Bella definitely had a couple of wobbles, and the other girls are just like a little knock to their confidence, but it didn't last long at all. I'm used to Kira having a bit of a knock to her confidence, and that's it, she's out for half an hour, or she moves on to something else. But it was so quick that everybody came out of their little knock to their confidence and went, right, okay, now we do it again. And it's like something I've never seen before in Kira. And even Bella as well. Just it took like, I don't know, less than 5 minutes. Stood with Lisa, and to be fair, Lisa wasn't going to take any of the baby in, but it was it helped a lot, because it meant nobody was dwelling on everything. It was like, right, okay, cool, let it out, right, and we go again. And yeah, so nobody was upset for long. And I think all of it was just a very very big emotional journey that day. And I certainly know at award time that I was crying my eyes out, as was Jonesy.
I was crying my eyes out all day the moment they did something and they smashed it. I mean, I had very little sleep the night before, but as soon as they were smashing something, I was like, oh my God, I'm so proud.
They all did amazing though, didn't they? Yeah. I've never seen a bunch of girls with a big smile on their face like that all weekend at Mountainboarding before. So blown away by all your time and everything, guys, because what a difference you've made to my girl members, and how they feel about coming, and the confidence just for life that you've given them all from that weekend, with all those little tips and games and things. It really has made a difference, and just blown me away. It really has.
I actually figured out, like, I asked Nina, because there was the freestyle competition on the Sunday as well. You missed that, Lisa, because you I
had to get to a concert in Glasgow by like 6 o'clock on the Sunday night, so
yeah. But in this freestyle competition, they actually created a female junior category. Normally it's just juniors.
Yeah.
The fact that there was a female junior category.
That's amazing.
They're all smashing it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Because we didn't even really have a female category at the British Championships this year. There wasn't really enough female representation.
We did do prizes for the ladies, but it not enough always to fill the podium, and that's what I think you guys are going to have changed this year. You're going to have made all the difference, so that every year we get a full podium, girls.
And more,
yes, and more.
Well, I think like when Jonesy was saying there about the Stoke on the hill that day, what you've essentially done there, ladies, is you've crossed a generation there in riders. So now when any of these girls or ladies, whatever age they were, see any of you now on the hill, they're going to have that immediate association to she's one of she's one of my kind, because of that experience, which is not only just going to translate to let's run another girls camp, but if, for example, I turn up at Bugs next time and Jonesy, you're there, or Sarah, you're there, and Suki's there, she's not only is she going to be there riding with me, but she's going to want to go and hang with you and ask you guys for tips and advice, because she doesn't want to listen to it from her old man.
Yeah, you cannot teach your own children to do anything. they just won't listen to you. You've got to send them off elsewhere. It's a fact.
Well done, Pudding. That's exactly what I was thinking. But no, I mean, it's true. And like, you know, with Bella, I saw her at the Champs earlier on this year, and she was just literally that adoration around Lisa was just, it was so cute. But like those little bonds there that you're making, they're shaping the next generation of female riders, and by you girls being present, that means that they're going to want to be present. And if that process you guys can replicate and repeat over the next however many seasons indefinitely, then you're putting the building blocks of a whole new generation of riders coming in, and that's commendable. It's fantastic, and especially in such a a small area of an already fucking niche sport. Fantastic. Wouldn't it be nice if we had a field just as big of ladies riders as there are guys?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome to see more Lisa McLernans putting the willies up the boys down the track. Like, I know, I just realized before actually, Nash isn't here, honorary girl. Before even meeting Lisa, I'd heard about her because he and her down the track had quite a few tussles over the years, and he was like, "Oh yeah, she's amazing," like. And then so more Lisas to completely terrify the boy field, because the boys have issues with a girl being in the field because they're like, I can't hurt her. I've got to be careful, but I can't let her beat me.
It's that difficult one, isn't it?
I think Lisa never has that problem. She just wins all the races.
Yeah.
and less Beeran's there, obviously.
We've had a couple of close runs, Beeran and I. Yeah. When I started riding, though, when I entered riding, like Nat was one of the riders that I would have looked up to, and like she was properly taking on the guys at that time as well. Like, even sat here, like having girls camp, you've got multiple different like generations of mountainboarders, all with their own freaking awesome stories, and everyone's creating new stories now for hopefully lots of girls to come and many more years of more girls in the sport. But yeah, I definitely looked up to you, Nat. You were like hard as nails.
Well done.
Crazy day.
I wish I'd seen you race more. I think I'd only just come on into mountain boarding, I think, in 2004. So I probably just missed out on seeing you do most of your riding.
Yeah, I could do like 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 2006, and I did 2009. So I think I might have done 2007, but not 8, and then 9.
Oh, so you did ride more than that then? Might have seen you more than I remember. Mind you, I'm getting a bit old now. So
there was quite a few girls at that time. There was a decent number.
Yeah.
And some really, really good riders as well to compete against.
Right, yeah. So
that's it. We've talked about it before, and it's worth briefly mentioning. We need to get the. I'd love to see the goat of old versus the goat of new, and that be Nikki Forecast on the track with Lisa.
Oh yeah. She was awesome. She came in, she was only 13 when she first raced in 2003, and she raced against it's a bit terrifying for her because all the women were quite big compared to her. She was just this little skinny girl. Won her first race because all the girls went crashing in the corners. She just thinking past everybody and won.
Oh, it sounds great.
Yeah,
We'll
I
have to
remember
gather some of the
out to
videos
grass, there
together.
could be heats of girls, you know, out to grass. There could be a dozen girls there. Like there'd be 3 heats of girls in the audience. Yeah, definitely.
And then that's definitely what we need back. So we're gonna do it.
We've taken a step towards it, ladies, anyway, with this event. So well done.
That's it. The guys over in Mornington Peninsula, I don't even know if I said that, at the ranch, have just had a girls' day over there, and that seemed to be a good success. So there's definitely, you know, there is definitely a group of ladies, a group of girls wanting to ride mountain boards.
We need to do Girls Camp International.
Yeah.
Once a year, different location.
Rah, that would be cool, wouldn't it?
There's a lot of girls out there that
Girls Camp World Tour.
Well, I'll come and vlog.
I like it.
But yeah, so like I say, if surely there's got to be some local scope. It's got to be a good angle for the local papers to get involved in with, you know, encouraging girls at Bugs for next season. You know, you've got pictures and photos and videos of this year's girl camp. You can go to the local bag and get them involved in push or local schools and say, look, there's a girl specific group event happening at Bugs next whenever it is, the start of season. Hopefully it's not Easter bank holiday weekend.
Yeah, definitely. One of our ideas this season at Bugs Boarding is to do since our new staff member Dan, he's quite keen on going round to schools doing demos and plugging us and getting some interest going around all our local area schools. So if there's any of you guys' areas that you think would, you know, have a good gang of schools to go and visit, to do that, then let us know, and we'll try and encourage as many areas around the country, and maybe send him on round, you know, to do an area per month or something next season where he can go around and do some demos. I don't know if any of you got any good ideas for that. Send your ideas in here. What's the best way to do a show at a school to advertise mountain boarding?
A lot of schools do enrichment weeks towards the end of the summers, especially in England, sort of June and July, and they'll give kids the option of selecting an activity. So I used to do it with schools down in the southwest for scuba diving. So I'm sure if you put together like a 5-day Monday to Friday thing for schools, which maybe a camp.
Enrichment is my word. My flyer is in the making.
Put it on your mood board.
That's it. I think my daughter had an enrichment week at the end of their school year at the secondary school. And she went off and did some horse riding, I think, like cared for some horses at local stables and stuff. So, I mean, I'm sure it just means that the business gets a bit of like work experience out by the sounds of things in exchange for riding on a horse. But you could always offer them a ride on one of the cows, Nina, if needs be.
Wow. They're quiet enough for our cows. Some cow walking and mountain boarding.
That's it, yeah.
Who's that in the corner of your screen then, sir? Sat down with a large bowl of something.
Oh, just some waif and string.
Oh, mate.
Lovely to see you all.
How are you,
dude?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Yeah, the ankle's getting better. I've just finished work at, what is it, 5 to 9. Happy days. And Sarah's lovingly made me a meal, which what more could you want? I love you.
Well, she left some Rice Krispies in a bowl for you with the milk next to it.
Effectively, yeah.
It's been full on today. I had to pick the kids up from school and feed them before we had gymnastics. So it was like kids from school, dinner, gymnastics, and it reminded me why I don't have children. No, it's been all right.
Well, I love you and leave you all to do your thing.
Yeah, see you later, mate.
Love you all.
See you later, Mark.
Love you, bro.
For those listening, the amazing Mark Bishop there joining us for a little second. So, looking at the time now, so the last thing I mean, we could probably wax lyrical about how amazing the girl camp was for hours and hours and regurgitate it in full. But we have mentioned there that there was hope of a rerun at the start of next season. When do you hope Bugs to be reopening again, Nina? As a ballpark,
we
weather
normally
permitting,
aim for the weekend closest to the 1st of April. It's usually a school holiday, that sort of week. So yeah, around the 1st of April, or the first weekend of April, we'll be opening, and the girls have already offered to do another session, like I said a little earlier. So we're definitely going to open it with girls camp.
Will that take place in the same sort of manner as this last one, do you think? Or
well, the last one was a mixture more of everybody's sport, because it was a celebration of Bugsboarding as a whole. And of course we do many other things at Bugsboarding as well, not just Mountainboarding. But I think really it's because it's our most important sport. I think we'll do girls camp and an opening party with everyone will be welcome, but it'll be more for the Mountainboarders, really.
Excellent. Well, I hope that to see such a young gaggle of girls on the hill again was great. But I hope we can get a few sort of slightly older girls starting to come through as well. Push that sort of age category.
Yes, that's it. Well, Lucy's age group here, she's just got to the age now where she should be well, she's 14, and then we've got quite a gang of girls of that sort of age. We've got Eva, who's started working for us as well. She's a good little rider, and Lily, she's a little older than that, another member of our staff, valued member of our staff. She's a good little rider, but unfortunately a lot of them were working on and off during,
I was going to say, I can't remember who it was, whether it was Eva or Lily or both of them. One of them joined in at like certain points, but then had to go off and work, which was unfortunate.
Yeah, that's it. So I kind of let them have a bit of fun and then drag them back to slave labor, really. But
then you'll have to get bloody sad. Leo selling those pick-held eggs.
Yes, that's it. We'll get the boys on the counter next time, and we'll make sure that Tamira's there and all the girls really get to come in.
I'll tell you what,
got quite a few older girls.
I'll put a shift in for you at the centre so we can free up one of the ladies to join in for the next event.
There you go.
Yeah,
Nina, that's you being able to have a ride with them then.
Yeah.
You've got chief ATVA instructor on the hill taking your place.
There you go.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like that. I've really enjoyed riding with the youngsters, and they've all blown me away. So I get so excited to see them doing so well, and it is lovely to ride with them. In fact, saying that, that's exactly what Gwen said to me that weekend. Little Gwen, age 5, she's been banging it out the park with everybody all weekend, and she kept coming over to me, with her t-shirt on, all tied up, her girls' camp t-shirt, dragging her board along. Are you coming to ride with me then? Can I ride with you? I kept saying, oh yeah, it's soon, Gwen, soon. I'm just going to go and do this sledge lot, and then I'll be back, I promise. And all weekend I didn't get to ride with her, so sorry, Gwen, I owe you a ride. I promise that I would definitely, next time you're up, spend some time with you on the hill, and well, for my benefit as much as yours, Gwen, because riding with you is just lovely, and I love riding with Bella and all the girls, and well, Kira and a lot of them don't need me anymore. They're, well happy to get off on their own and banging it out the park. But it is lovely to get and ride with them a little bit.
Oh yeah, but for any of them to see you on a board on the hill with them, Nina, like is probably just the most amazing thing for them. Like, you're the most amazing woman that like runs this center and is, here, there, and everywhere all the time. So any time that they would have with you would be just amazing for them.
Oh, don't you making me blush saying things like that?
They all
just
love you, Nina. That's why. They all love you.
And also, whilst I'm chatting, because I often chat too much, so I'm going to say my little bit. I'm very sorry to Lisa. I promised her faithfully that I would get the airbag out that weekend, and I didn't realise that she was leaving so early on the Sunday. So next when we do the opening session, we are definitely going to have an airbag hour with Lisa, so that she can do her first airbag session.
That would be awesome. But I think by the end of the day, actually, to be honest, I was shattered. I don't know about the rest of you, but no, thank you so much to everyone that like helped make the day happen. But I was knackered, so yeah, we'll do the airbag another time.
It may have been a good thing in a way.
It has to be said, all of you are just so enthusiastic about it. You're all smiling, recapping about it. So I think you lot took quite a lot away from the event as well.
Yeah. I really enjoyed being involved with it again and with everybody, and just the whole sort of enthusiasm of everyone was just fantastic, really good, and it really came across. And all the girls absorbed everyone's energy of enthusiasm and go for it attitude, which was fantastic.
Yeah, it's certainly been a massive boost for my confidence. I mean, even in the, what has it been, 2 weekends that we haven't been there, or since Girl Camp, and in those 2 weekends we've obviously been at Bugs. But even my confidence in riding has increased massively since Girl Camp. And if it does that to me at 36, like, it's doing wonders for kids that are 7, 8, 5, all of them. So yeah, it benefited us all, I think, massively.
Fabulous.
I quite liked having, it was almost like the common agenda being still, because as much as like I wanted to support mountainboarding ever since I kind of like came across it. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing, we need to support this, can't let it die, need to do anything for it. And then just realizing that there were, or everyone, all of these amazing women coming together and talking about like, no, we do need to look out for these little birds and help them out. And that going forward, knowing that like all of these women here, and you guys, I mean, like, guys obviously have it as well, but like these women here, like, we've all got their backs, and that, like, I love that, knowing that I could go to any of these women here and be like, right, what next?
Yeah.
Exactly that.
A ladies' range of mountain boards. Hero.
There you go, David. That's your cue, mate. We're missing you. We need you to come and make Lisa a special deck for ladies.
It's cool that once girls that are going to want to ride, maybe you need like a girls' female junior deck, and then like, one for the rest of us ladies.
Somebody has got the Phil has put out the junior hero now, hasn't he? Which Tyler's riding, I believe.
Yeah, Tyler's won one of those.
Yeah, I'm sure that it could be done with a different colorway or different graphic or something there.
Yeah, I mean, Kira's definitely shown her interest, although she's moved up boards now and she's doing a lot better on what she's on. Yeah, the core one has gone by the wayside for both of them quite quickly.
They're a good introductory board, though. They really are. They're really lightweight. You can maneuver them pretty much from quite a young age.
Yeah.
But
With heel
once
strap.
you start getting your confidence, you do outgrow it quite quickly then.
Yeah.
I think you touched on it before, Dan, about having the girls feeling like they having these role models to identify with, but also similarly, we do girls, like we have completely different muscle structures and tendon structures to men. And I mean, they say we're the fairer sex or weaker sex or anything like that, but physically, like weight for weight, pound for pound, a man would be stronger. And we do need to have these boards that are more suited to our strength range. I mean, like, as much as I do leg training and stuff like that, I still find it would be easier. And like Sarah, you've got this down, haven't you? You actually, don't you ride a kids board? Like, because it is kind of like lighter and more usable, or something. Or you use a smaller board anyway.
I ride a Comp 6. So it's quite a small board, yeah.
And it's like, and why not have these manufacturers making something that's suited for us? Because we would be able to smash it out the park even better.
Yeah.
Board manufacturers, get on it.
And yes.
And then sponsor our world tour.
I mean, there have been girls' boards over the years, but
yeah, I think MBS did a Vixen, didn't they, for a while?
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
Oh really?
I think
they just weren't quite up to the same sort of like standard.
No, you're right. It was from memory. It looked very nice, but I'm not sure of the construction or sort of how many ply it was, or how flexy it was, or how well it was received by any female riders as such.
Did they use a female rider to build it?
Well, this is the unknown. We'd have to ask them about it on the next opportunity, and I shall.
Remember, it was kind of at the same time as kind of Comp 16, which was kind of a laminated deck, and it wasn't just wooden, and it kind of, the technology between the girls and the other boards at the time were different.
Yeah, I've got a feeling it was just like a wood ply deck from memory, where there were composite style boards available in the pro range. For example, by MBS, but it wasn't of that caliber from memory, and I could be wrong. But it looked great. I think it was a white deck with some like the Hawaiian flowers on, what are they called? Hibiscus style flowers or something like that in between your foot plates. But yeah, I mean, I think it was marketed, I suppose, the girls' board. I'd have ridden one. I thought it looked good. I like the colorways on it. It looked awesome. But yeah, here's hoping that Girls Camp can inspire a few more lady riders to get out on the hill, and hopefully spark the more you do and the more interest you get in it, the easier it will be to run more, and not only that, but have little splinter groups. So for example, Lisa, you might not be able to get down to Bugs every time for a girls' camp, but
7
that
hours
doesn't mean that a girls' camp doesn't necessarily have to stop because Lisa's not there, or you may. We've just had Sonia on, for example, on the show, and she's looking for an excuse to come to the UK in her van. Yeah. So there's an international world champ to come and host a weekend. Margot, she loves coming to Bugs.
Had the French had a competition, I think, very, very close. It was the weekend before the closing ceremony, and I think it was just fell too close. Otherwise, I think she had wanted to come across. It would have been awesome to have some international riders.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think she's only just recovering from her ankle injury as well. So I think, and she's just bought a house. So I think there was a mixture of reasons. But Margot's fabulous. She always, tries her very best to get over and support any events we've got going on. And I know that LA in France have a really good girls following as well. Yeah. And next year we're going to try and do some French exchange visits.
Yeah.
A little bit like we used to do at school, you know.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. So I've been talking to LA and we're really going to push that at the beginning of next season. As soon as the weather starts looking cheerful, we're going to arrange some family swaps. So they'll go over there and stay with some of the kids' families, and then vice versa, come over and stay with some of our girl riding families as well. So, but not just for girls, that's boys and girls.
And adults.
Well, you might have to arrange your own accommodation, but I don't know. But France is great for camping, as you know.
I'll take that as a no then.
No. But they were going to set it up for some of our junior riders that went over to enter the World Championship this year. And they did offer, Margot did offer that maybe she would try some and find some families that had kids entering. But I think they left it a bit late, and a lot of their youngsters didn't actually get to enter this year. So, but now we've made the effort, I'm going to get on to them so that, you know, these World Championships have all ages. It's so important, I think, that every age group has got somebody entering. Even if it's just a simple route, you know, it doesn't have to be anything too major or for them to do. But if we ever want to become you know, an Olympic event, I know everybody thinks it's a bit of a dream at the moment, but that's my dogs are being very silly. Sorry, that's really my dream. Before I completely retire. And drop out in my box, I would very much like to get mountainboarding an Olympic sport. I don't see why snowboarding can do it. Why can't we do it? I think it's criminal that they don't give it to us. But if we get all these youngsters out and get them riding, get the companies making boards for all shapes and sizes, and supporting us with it, we can do it, I'm sure.
That's it. Just got to keep pushing.
Keep pushing. Keep trying.
Well then, ladies, it would appear that I am about ready for Miss Sack by the I'm sitting here like yawning away, which is I don't normally do this. I apologise.
Jesus, Dan.
Yeah.
Women are talking.
Zoning out.
Yeah. But
the old wrinklies that's been talking, that's what does it to you, isn't it, really?
But look, I don't think there's too much more to say really this evening, other than we're now looking forward to next season's beginnings at Bugs Boarding with Girls Camp. But Slog's going to cut me off here and tell me that I have got something, or that he's got something to say. Go on.
No, I was just going to say, well done to everyone. What you've done was amazing. It's well needed in the sport, and long may it continue. Well done, ladies. And
to Nash, the honorary lady, not forgetting him, because I tell you what, he bless him. When you girls were doing that BX, he was looking like he was hanging out of his ass running up and down that hill. So a credit to you, Nina, for doing it day in, day out. even
well, I didn't do much for this, so a massive thank you to all of you girls. You were absolutely incredible, and thank you for what you've done. I think you've really made a difference.
Yeah,
and long may it continue.
That's it. Keep working on Girl Camp over the off season. Keep us in the loop. We'll push it out on the socials, as I'm sure will UK Mountainboarding, if he knows what's good for him. And Lisa, Nat, Sarah, Jonesy, Nina, and Lucy, thank you so much for joining us this evening. It was a joy to see Girl Camp in the flesh happening, although be it I wasn't necessarily allowed to join in as such. In fact, I think they distinctly remember going, "Dad, fuck off." Coming from a 7-year-old, I thought a little bit, but maybe it's I'm putting it down to the company that she was keeping at the time. But yeah, thank you for instilling mountainboarding into my daughter and instilling, this fantastic sport into so many fresh faces and lots of other females, and relit flames in other older ladies as well. So it's fantastic. A big shout has to go as well to Lorna Bowen, who we had hoped to.
Oh yeah, Lorna.
This evening, but unfortunately she wasn't able to. It was fantastic to see her on a hill again, and yeah, hopefully we'll see her back on board again, and we'll have.
And thank you to her for doing some teaching for me that day. Her teaching was exceptional.
Yeah,
it was great.
Well, she's got plenty of practice, hasn't she? Let's be honest. I mean, she's not got as many days on hill as you, Nina, but she's got quite a few, I should think.
Yes, I did find that out because I only just got to know her that day, so that's why I'm saying thank you.
There you go. Perfect. Well, look, ladies, like I say, let us know when the details are coming out about the next one, and we'll smash it out the park and have it bigger than ever can be imagined in future episodes. All right. Thank you all for joining us, and this has been The Dirt.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
guys.
Thank you,
ladies.
Thank you very much, everybody.
There you go. That's
Way aye, man. That was dead canny as out, that like. Cheers for tuning out to listen. Now, before you gan yem, don't forget, if you want to keep getting doing with the Dorty Dort fun, like and subscribe. Get amongst it. Shy Ben's getting out.